Good day, viewers. I am Sarah B, and you're tuning in to Just Be Tarot. Thank you so much for joining me. Thank you for hanging out. And thank you for clicking on like and subscribing to my channel, and also for hitting that notification bell that will let you know when I'm going live or posting new readings. I'm just adjusting this real quickly. Sorry, I should have been more prepared. There we go. So I hope you guys had a great weekend. As you know, I had to take off from live yesterday for a personal reading, for personal issues, not readings. Oops, excuse me. I just dropped some cards. And yeah, so I am back and hoping that you guys are doing well and had a great weekend. Maybe enjoyed some relaxation. Hi, good. How are you? Everything went great, as well as they could have. Thank you. Okay, so I am getting started with the overall energy for this reading. I'm excited to see you guys and excited to be in your energy. You know how much I love that. And it really is a good pick-me-up for the last couple days. Great to see you too, Christy. All right, so the first thing we got for our overall energy is hobby. And you know that I've been saying that, that Spirit has been really, really enforcing this message to give to you guys to get an outlet for everything that's going on in your head, whatever it may be. Something creative, something productive, something that you're getting into. It doesn't have to be creative. It could be like maybe you're into, I don't know, trading stocks or something like that. It doesn't have to be, it could be something mental like that, like something that is, uses that side of the brain. But Spirit's saying get into something that takes you out of this thinking, this overthinking that's in your brain. See, that's exactly what I'm talking about, Christy. Like a yoga class. Um, like it's just people just need to focus, take their focus somewhere else. And it really needs to happen. And I keep saying over and over again, it's because I keep getting the message over and over again. And as you can see, and it's like every time I meditate, this message comes to me. Make sure you're reiterating. It's like, okay, I'm trying. And it looks like some of you need to take some time for yourself with this vacay. Um, even if it's not going away or traveling, take some time for self healing, for self love. I feel like it is really, really important with all the changes going on in lives right now. I do feel like more is coming. So it's still, we're only halfway through this year, and there's so much that's going to happen or is happening. Yeah. I feel like some of you have major changes going on that it feels like this is what's happening to you. A crisis. It's going to feel like there is like a tower moment coming. And it's not a good feeling. It feels like you're overwhelmed. It might feel like you are being swept away. And, I really think that our higher powers don't want us to feel like that. They want us to feel focused and trying to get through it and trying to keep our vibrations high. And it's really necessary to get through these things, to be bendable. Ooh, some of you guys have a masculine energy that is going to be in the center of your week or weekend. I feel like there is something going on with a divine masculine here. And this could be you, uh, but I'm feeling like this is you're overcoming something. Like this is very strong energy. Olympus. And I am thinking that this is spirit saying to be strong. Look to your inner strength and physical strength. Christy mentioned yoga. Maybe this is a sign for people to get more into their exercise and health and building their body and looking for ways to be more healthy. But I also feel like this has a lot to do with we don't know how strong we are, and you don't have to be a male to have masculine energy. And a lot of us are very, very keen to do things for ourselves without asking for help. So this might be a sign that this reading is for you. But a lot of you, I believe that this is introducing masculine energy into your life, or you might have some kind of interaction with a very strong divine masculine energy. This could be maybe they're coming into your life. This could be somebody who's trying to help you, who's trying to who wants to be a part of your life, who wants to maybe help you figure out things. Knowing that you can lean on them. You don't always have to be the strong one. There are people out there who want to help you. And all you have to do is ask. So I do feel like there's going to be some kind of energy coming in for you. Like I said, this could be you as well. Like I said, you may also be called to look into your physical body, and maybe you need to be healthier. Maybe you need to, maybe you're a smoker, or maybe you need to quit smoking. Maybe you're a snacker and need to quit snacking. Just little things to just be a little bit more healthy, so we don't have this crisis moment coming in and overwhelming us. Now, I do feel I just got financial crisis. It looks like there is money he's trying to grip onto. So this could be financial crisis that you're looking at. Maybe feeling like you're in this crunch. And I know a lot of people are. This is relative to a lot of people. It's going to be resonating. So, feeling like you're really trying to reach out to make more money, or to create a living or a life that you want. So that might resonate for some of you. It's almost like you feel like somebody else is, like this money is going to somewhere else. Like these hands are reaching out and gripping these coins. Like it's not your hands, but somebody else's hands. Like maybe too much is being taken from you, or everything is going to somewhere else or somebody else. So that's going to resonate differently with you guys. Okay, let's pull from this deck and see what's going on. Oh my gosh. Spirit, this is what I'm saying. Spirit is like such synchronicity. Look at that. I don't know what it is, but Spirit is saying there is a need for for us to start getting more creative. Creativity is your inner expression. Unleash it. And the first card to come out here in this deck was hobby. Almost the same exact type of picture. Synchronicity. It's time to look into where you want to be creative. Like I keep saying, you don't have to be good at it. Nobody's going to be at first when they first start to try something creative. Nobody's like, unless you're a prodigy of some kind, but start with something and grow at it. You don't have to be good right out of the gate. You don't even have to know what you're doing. But Spirit's saying, get behind it. Use it as an expression. I'm even hearing magic. It's like you're creating magic. You have no idea what you hold inside of you, is what I just got. No idea what you possess until you put it out in the world. So definitely, I mean, that is synchronicity. That's first card out of both decks is to be creative. Oh, hold on. I just dropped a card. Okay. We are miracles. Miracles are everywhere. Keep the faith. I know that is a hard one. It's a hard one because a lot of people are going through a lot of hard times right now. And it is very, very hard to keep the faith. There is going to be a lot of changes coming through. But we also have the power and the understanding that we need to believe that our higher powers are our guides, our guardians, ancestors are going to have our backs, giving us tiny miracles each and every day. And the more grateful we are for them, the more gratitude we show, the more of those miracles are going to come into our life. So we can't just pass them by without saying thank you. Because they are brought to us each and every day. The tiny miracles. So if we can't have gratitude for the tiny miracles, how are we going to have, and spirits, how are they going to handle the big miracles if they're not being thankful for the little ones? But miracles are everywhere. Be grateful. Keep the faith. Spirit knows what you're going through. Spirit knows what you're manifesting and your desires. We just have to believe in that our higher powers have our back. What else from this deck, Spirit? What else are we? Thank you. Prosperity. Prosperity comes from hard work and a love for life. It sure does. Absolutely. So money's not just going to come rolling in. Most of us aren't going to win the lottery. Most of us have to, even when we manifest something, no matter what it is, we have to work for it. So it's so important for us to remember that we have to work hard and appreciate our lives before we get any of our great gifts. That we have the tools within us to take our lives as far as we want to go. And we are capable of these things, but it takes a lot of work to get where we want to be. And it takes a lot of courage, I just heard, courage. Because we have to sometimes be able to step out of our comfort zone and move on from a situation. You know, prosperity isn't always financial. Prosperity is growth, abundance. And that could look like living the life you want, getting away from a bad situation, taking the leap of faith to start a new career or a new life in a new country or whatever it is that your dreams are. Prosperity comes in a lot of, it doesn't always have to be financial. It comes in a lot of different ways. And it takes a lot of courage, Spirit said, to, and work to get to where we want to be. And a love of life. You have to love the idea of changing. You have to love the idea of being out of your comfort zone and moving forward. These things are not easy. Let's see. Trust your intuition. The universe is guiding you. Just said those exact words. We have to trust that spirit, guide, guardians, ancestors have our backs, and put that trust out there, and just make sure we're putting in the work to make it happen. And set our goals is what I just heard. Let's get one more of Spirit's allowing from this deck and see. And then we'll move on to tarot. Divinity. Every moment is filled with divinity. Cherish it. Not taking for granted our time. Every moment is filled with divinity. Not letting people know how you feel about them when they're here. Letting, you know, when you run across somebody, when you're leaving a friend's house, let them know how you feel. When you think of somebody, reach out to them. If they're crossing your mind, it's for a reason. These signs just aren't here to be willy-nilly, but Spirit's putting somebody in your mind, or you see a sign that reminds you of somebody. These are signs for a reason. So if you're getting signs about somebody or something, reach out to them. Or, you know, go visit a place if it's a place, or, you know, maybe it's time to you know, if you have memories of being somewhere with somebody. Hey, you want to do that again? We had fun last time. Contact somebody. We can't be taking people and places for granted. There's a whole world out there. And we are so capable of telling people that how we care about them. And if there's one thing that I've learned in these past couple weeks, that life is so short. And we need to take and tell people how we feel about them, and hug and love, and let people know. Let people know how you feel about them. You know, it's important. And the divine lies within all of us. And we are all able to contact our higher power and our guides and guardians. They're just waiting to be contacted. You know, we are granted these angels, these protectors, that's their one job, is to watch us and protect us and guide us for our greatest good. But we also get free will, so they can't interrupt all the time unless they are asked to be useful. Like, can you guide me for my greatest good today? Is something I say every day. So if you ask for it, then they will deliver. But you got to be, and remember that they're there for you. We can contact the divine at any given time. You just have to. You just have to do it. All right, so let's move on to tarot and see what is going on. Don't forget, you guys can chime in if you're keen or guided to ask questions. If not, I'm just going to read for the collective. But if you are guided to ask questions, then please do so. All right, Spirit, I am shuffling for the collective for this week. What do they need to know? Thank you. What do they need to know for their greatest good? What is coming in for this week? Thank you. Oh, we got some good stuff. Lots of opportunities here. Opportunities are coming in for you. I feel like they're going to test. Some opportunities are going to be a test for you. Maybe it's a test to see if you are done in a cycle. But yeah, with this Hierophant, I'm feeling like there's going to be opportunities coming in that may test you. Your integrity, your spirituality, your divinity, your higher self. So pay attention to what's coming in. And I just heard to ask you, how does it make you feel when these opportunities come in? Ask yourself how it makes you feel. You know, are you feeling like it's the right thing to do, or are you feeling chaotic? Are you feeling like, you know, this is not what I should be doing? Are you feeling guilty about something? Is this something that you've been doing over and over again and getting the same results? Are you stuck in a cycle? Have you been saying, you know what, no, I'm cutting this person off, and still answering their text messages or feeding into their BS? You know, you don't have to answer every text message that comes across. You can ignore or delete. I feel like a lot of us grow up thinking we have to always be polite, thinking we always have to say sorry for things that we haven't even done. No, that's not, we need to get that stigma out of our beings. We don't have to make apologies for saying no. We don't have to make apologies for not wanting somebody in our life. We don't have to make apologies for creating boundaries. We're allowed to say no. It's a complete sentence. So, I feel like a lot of us were raised that way and will automatically reply back to a text message or an email or a phone call. But we don't have to. If you know that this person is bad energy, if you know that this person is not good for you, or if you know that this is the same cycle over and over again, it's a time to pull away and to learn our lessons, because there's a lesson we're not learning. There's tests that come up. Spirit sometimes brings in these opportunities to test us before we can move on to the next level. And if we don't pass the test, we don't move on to the next level, and we don't get gifted with that next person, the next love of our life, because we're still attached to this other person or this other situation or this other energy. So it causes chaos. It brings in a lot of old energy that needs to be cut. I do hear that some of you might be also fighting with somebody. I feel like there's some kind of injustice that's happening. You're feeling like you are being picked on in a certain situation, or being maybe overlooked rather than picked on. You're being overlooked for a situation that you feel like you have a better chance at. I feel like this is an outcome that is getting you irritated, and you feel like you're more deserving of something. Something is not working out in your benefit, and it gets you wound up. But I do feel like this is a reason to get you wound up, like you're being treated unfairly. And you might even want to take that to, like, the next, your bosses or your supervisor, because it's yeah, look, speak up. Have clarity on a situation. Don't give in to this situation. Speak up. You also might be receiving clarity on something that you've been wanting to get a message on. Maybe you've asked a question of somebody and they're taking time, or you're waiting for results of some kind, or I feel like a message is coming in that's going to be important. Okay. Oh, this is going to cause a lot of relief. This message was on the floor in the challenge position. So you are what I got is you're like, oh, thank goodness. Okay, with the results of this message coming in, or this answer. But then I got, like, you're like, oh, thank goodness. But then all of a sudden you start overworking your brain again. Like, okay, we got this result, but blah, blah, blah. And you start bringing it into that negative spiral again. So you are feeling relieved, but you're not, it's like you don't have enough relief. It's like you don't have all of the answers. Whatever this message is that came in and that was delivered, you're feeling a little bit more safe, but not safe enough. But that's, I hate to say it, but that's due to you and your thinking and your overanalyzing. Like like, okay, this was the answer that came in, but let's overthink this, because you never know, it could be wrong. Or this could play out this way, or this situation can happen like that. And we're all guilty of doing that, but Spirit's saying don't. Because the answer is the answer. And you're not going to be satisfied until all of your questions are answered, rather than just getting the results of something. If that makes sense. I feel like that could be some of you out there. All right, let's see what else we have for the collective. Okay, so we have the Empress in reverse, and the Ten of Pentacles. I just feel like something was compromised. You had to compromise yourself for financial gain, or somebody is asking you to compromise yourself for financial gain, something along those lines. Your integrity. Somebody might have something on you, or is bribing you with something. I feel like you feel guilty over this gain you're getting. Now, it might not be financial. It could be material gain or something along those lines, or a gain of some kind. But it's like you are in this guilty, like your integrity was questioned, or something along those lines. With this gain. something didn't happen the way it should have. So that's going to be different for all of you, but I feel like there is something, and this, I feel like this could be coming in, but I feel like this could also have something to do with somebody bringing it back up to you. This could be something that happened in the past, but it was like brought back up. Like something was maybe this is something that happened a long time ago that you're still feeling guilty about. Like achieving something, but you weren't feeling like it was like lack of integrity or something you had to do to get to this. Let's see what else we have for the collective. What else do we have for the... Ooh, this was already... We are looking at a party, perhaps. Is somebody going to a wedding or is somebody getting married? We're also looking at structure. Stability. So this could also, I was just told to look at this together. You know, you could have been compromised here, but you did it for the betterment of your stability at the time or gain of some kind because you needed to start your foundation or you needed to have a nest egg or to make your situation more safe and sound. Like I said, this could also be a party coming up. It could be a wedding of some kind or some kind of outdoor event. I'm seeing like a festival or somebody like gathering and having a lot of fun and celebration. Now we have the Devil in reverse, which is healing. You're seeing that you are or were once controlled by a particular person, place, thing, addiction. And you are healing from that energy. You are seeing, yes, I was bound to this. I was drawn to this situation, but now I'm letting it go. Now I'm healing from it. Now my attention is where it should be. I mean, it's going to take time. I just was told to look at the bottom of the deck. When you plant seeds, when you start to heal, things take time. And you have to give yourself grace that it is going to take time to heal. It's not going to happen overnight. But whatever this is, this could even be you're separating from somebody or a divorce, or leaving somebody who has been treating you less than, or you're feeling like you're bonded to somebody that you shouldn't be. With this being, see the chains, you feel like you're bound to somebody that you shouldn't be bound to. So this could be a separation of some kind, or realizing that you need to be separated, planting those seeds, maybe starting to put some money aside, and you plan on leaving them. But you have to give yourself grace because it is going to take time. Developing a plan and setting things up doesn't just happen overnight. But that could even be a reason to celebrate. Okay, let's see. Woo! You're in your head about something. Let's see what this other card is that I just dropped. You're in your head about moving forward, about taking the action, about making progress. You know, I've been used to this life for so long. I'm scared about moving forward. What if I can't do it? Well, not with that attitude. You're not going to be able to do it. But you have to have trust in your higher power. Your higher power is not going to bring you to something and just leave you like, oh, well, let them figure it out by themselves. You're going to receive a support team. You're going to have people who have your back. The universe is also going to plan those things in your life to get you through. So it's not like you're ever just put in a situation and whatever. But you have to want to succeed. You're going to have to want to work for it. So if you think it's just going to happen, you have to be brave. You have to get out of your head and think like you want it. Think like you want things to happen. Think like you want to heal. And then the healing starts to come and you start moving forward and you start that progress. And it's such a relief and a release that you never will remember being here, being stuck. But you might just be in this progress right now, and that's fine because it won't happen overnight. But you need to get out of your head. That's the most important thing. Moving forward is a mindset. And for you to take those steps and plant those seeds, you have to want to move forward. Okay, let's see what else we have. Okay. World. Winning, getting out of that cycle that we've been talking about and moving on. Getting out. Getting out of your head. That could be getting out of a cycle. We had that creativity card twice. Moving forward. There's a lot of changes that are taking place. A lot of things that we have to move forward with. A lot of things that are making us feel chaotic. But we have to stop the cycles. It has to end. So we can continue into a new cycle and a new path. And start to see all those blessings coming through. Start to see them picking up momentum and coming to us. Being a magnet for that energy. And that's where we are going to see that we've broken free. That we ended the cycle. And that we're able to move forward in a new cycle. A new path that was meant for us. And all this new energy is going to start coming through. And it's like there's going to be nothing but success. All right, what else do we have? Shuffling Spirit, King of Swords in reverse. I feel like this could be somebody who is trying to take you back. What I mean by that is like you're moving forward. You're moving forward. You are creating this forward movement. People are seeing it. People are loving it. People are attracted to it. But there's somebody who is like ready to knock you off your pedestal, to yuck your yum. There's somebody who's jealous and wants to set you back a little bit. Somebody who might try to throw you a curveball. So just be careful of that energy. This could be an ex. This could be a coworker. But somebody sees you moving forward and achieving the things that you want to achieve. And they're secretly not happy for you. They might be saying, "Oh, good job. That's awesome job, collective. Congratulations. Super." But behind the scenes, that is not what they're thinking. They are looking to see you fall. I don't like that energy, so be careful for that. Oh, yep. Yeah, only talk to people who you can trust, who are going to be there for you long term. People who you can trust in your energy. People who know you can, because there are this energy of somebody is not happy that you are moving forward, and then they're stagnant. But you put in the work. That's the thing. Like, it's not like it just happened. They don't see what you're doing behind the scenes. You're putting in the hard work. You're making sure that you're changing your ways, that you are rewiring your brain to think, better of yourself, that you are trying to create this life of integrity and love, changing your energy, changing your thought processes. They don't see that you put in all this work. All they see is that you're winning. All they see is that you're moving forward. And they're jealous. They're jealous of this energy. So make sure you're only trusting the people who are around you that you can trust. People who have been in your life for a long time and who you plan on having in your life for a long time. Don't go sharing your ideas with just any old Tom, Dick, and Harry. Because there is, like I said, you can't trust anybody. There's somebody in your energy who wants to take it from you. Yeah. I like that energy. This King of Wands energy. That is a good energy to have around. That could even be you. That could be you guys putting out that creative energy, putting out that taking no BS energy, seeing yourself as creative and passionate. Oh, sorry, I keep dropping these. We got the Hanged Man in reverse. I want to see, I'm going to clarify that to see what Spirit means by the Hangman in reverse. Spirit, I'm shuffling to clarify this Hanged Man in reverse for the collective. Missed opportunity, Ace of Pentacles just came out in reverse. Missed opportunity for some. Feel like this is quick energy, missed opportunity. Immature, I'm hearing. The Fool, new. And the Three of Cups in reverse. Not knowing who your real friends are. So yeah, be careful of that energy. This is like an immature energy. Who I feel like doesn't really have any kind of stake in the game or real care about you. This could be like a classmate or a coworker who is just there. In real immature energy, this could be like, I just heard it could be their first rodeo. They don't really know how to do life, or maybe they're lacking social skills, or just have no idea. They're in and out energy. Like, there's nobody who's going to be of any concern to you. So I'm hearing not to worry about it, but just know that you can't trust this person. This is immature. This person could be younger than you, but that doesn't have to be. They could just have an immature personality, or there's an immaturity about them. I feel like this person lacks integrity. So just be aware of that energy that's surrounding you. I'm hearing it's not somebody to get mixed up in, but there's free will. So, I mean, you might see this person as fun. Like I said, they're young. They're they don't have a lot of responsibility. They are in and out energy. That's not somebody who really plays a big part in your life, who has a stake in your life. So they don't care about hurting you. They don't care about leaving you behind, because they don't care. They're out to have fun, and that's fine. We have a lot of those people in our lives that are just like, they're there. Maybe you go out to happy hour with them, or you go out on a date with them, and they're just one-time date or whatever. But I just feel like this person, don't get it confused with somebody who really gives a shit about you. Because there's going to be a lot of people like this in life, and this is just one of them. This person does not have a stake in your life, and they're around to have fun. Like I said, which is fine. We're going to have a lot of those people in our lives that like to have fun, and that's all they're there for. But just know what they are and who they are in your life. And they're not going to be the type of person who you would automatically, trust with any kind of decision making. I feel like you've been waiting for a long time, and it's time for you to take advantage of a situation. It's time for you to get the accolades. Like, I feel like this is give and take. With the Six of Pentacles in reverse, it's like you've been waiting for somebody to say attaboy or attagirl, and it's not happening. It's time for you to take the initiative and step up to the plate. You can't be waiting for somebody to be like, oh, Collective's doing so well. Good job, Collective. No, you say, did you see what I did? You know, it's nothing wrong to pat yourself on the back once in a while and say, you know what, I had a really productive day today. Let people know because you're not getting the respect you deserve somewhere. People are not seeing you as an equal. And it's time you start to get noticed as an equal. All right, what else do we have? What else is there? Thank you. Okay, so yeah, this is more about being stuck in a cycle. It's like you feel like you're losing your independence by staying in a relationship. I feel like there's a calling for you, or was a calling for you, but you never took advantage of it. You might be called to take an evaluation of the people in your life and see where you can make changes to start to be recognized. Like I said, you're not being recognized for something. And you feel like are like you can't make it on your own. You're stuck in this situation. Like you're not going to be able to make it on your own, or you can't make it on your own, maybe financially or emotionally. And you're not even giving yourself the benefit of the doubt. It's like you're already shutting the idea off. But you are able to do it. You have it within you to be independent, or this card wouldn't be here. Yes, it's in the reverse, but that energy is still here. This independent energy. You just have to have the free will to change your thinking, to move on, to attract that movement like we were talking about earlier. You have to want it. You have to want to make the changes and see the bigger picture and walk away from things that aren't serving you and answer your calling. It's so important. And I feel like you don't see your importance for some of you. You're not seeing how important you are to the world, to how important you are to your little community. If you don't believe that you're important to the world, know that you're important to the people in your energy, because you are. But you're equally as important to the world. You're a healer. You're magic. You're a bright light. But you have to be able to be on a path that you want to be on to have that light shine brighter. Don't underestimate yourself. What else do we have? Anything else? I feel like somebody has you thinking that you're crazy. Like you're feeling delusional or you're not thinking straight. I feel like you're listening to the wrong people. People they might be mentally abusing you, saying you're not good enough, that you'll never be good enough. But that's not true. And when somebody has been telling you that for long enough, you start to believe them, unfortunately. And that's that delusional thinking I'm seeing. You are able to build your own life. You are able to do the things that you want to do. You just have to know that you can. That anything is possible for you. And that you're able to ask for help. There's a network of people and places out there who want to help you. You just have to Google them. People, like institutions, organizations, are set up just for people like you. But you have to trust that. Okay, so let's see what else we have. To wrap this up, I think I'm going to pull from this deck. And then read from the book for you guys. Alright. I'm looking for a concluding message for our collective. What do they need to know? What do they need to know? Thank you. Okay, so we got 2. We got the number 4. Caterpillar. It says opportunity. The energy of caterpillar appears, heralding a time of transformation and opportunity. Here you are being asked to revise your dreams. If it looks and smells familiar, step away from it for the time being. The new cannot emerge from the old, and the youthful and vital cannot emerge from the aged and sickly. Yes, you need to move forward movement. Experiment and surprise yourself with what arises for you in this moment. Caterpillar is an invitation to test out a new strategy to get a different, better result. Remember that the definition of lunacy is continuing with the same thinking and behavior and hoping for a different outcome. It's time to break away from habitual responses to surprise yourself and startle others, eliciting a smile or frown or look of awe from those around you. Do not wait for an invitation from life to practice a bit of outrageousness or for permission to do the unexpected. Any other response right now will lead to more of the same and no real change. Sometimes the most original response is no response whatsoever. Stand stock still, staring steadily into the eyes of the players in your drama, avoiding engagement until the moment is right. Caterpillar invites you to witness the story unfolding, knowing that deciding on the timing of your action is as essential as finding the best move to make. And when you do act, let there be no doubt in anyone's mind of your determination and the power you unleash. I love that. Definitely synchronistic with this reading. And then we have this next one, Wailing Tree Reconciliation. When you encounter the wailing tree on your path, it's an invitation to stay a while and regroup, a place for you to rest and allow yourself to say goodbye to what no longer serves. You may have been overdoing things, working too hard, or putting too much effort into life with little reward. If you've been considering making a change, now is the time to do so. One important thing to consider before you make any changes is that you need to allow yourself to feel your disappointment, your loss, and mourn what was and what could not be. This is a way to honor your experience, to give yourself time to consider all the gifts in it, to put proper closure on it, to really know what you've learned as you walk away from it and into something new. Even in the perception of failure, there is much good to be discovered. However, skipping the stages of loss does not get you reconciliation any faster. In fact, you will discover that you will have to come back at some point. So do it all now. Look at it squarely and honestly and say with your feelings. Life is not either or, it's both and. This and that. So as you dive into the process, when you dive in and process this, allow it to become a temporary travel companion on your journey. The feelings that this will bring to the surface will challenge for sure. Yet, like all things, they will pass soon enough, and you will be more enriched by the experience. Wow. Totally synchronistic with what we were saying. When you're being called to do something, to do it, but sometimes you have to step back and look at the things we've lost, like that devil in reverse. We have to look at how far we've come, but we also know we have to move. When we see the opportunity, we have to move forward with it. Thank you so much for joining me. Thank you for your awesome energy. Thank you for clicking on like or subscribing to my channel. Also hit that notification bell. I usually go live on Mondays and Thursdays between 6:30 and 7. So I would love for you to join me then. If you hit that notification bell, you will be notified at when I'm going live. Next time, please feel free to chime in, ask some questions. I love when you guys do that. It makes me so happy. You guys are quiet today. So I don't hate that though. I know you guys were there and paying attention, so that makes me happy too. And hopefully I will see you on Thursday. We'll talk soon. Bye.